No, we just appreciate her service and
She had to have said something or done something because I mean, this you talk about something out of the blue.
yep. See if we can get the flip right tonight.
The what?
Get the toss
Yeah.
correct tonight. I miss it every game. How about them Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Thank God they pulled it out. Or I got my daughter-in-law's brother-in-law is a huge. He lives in Nashville. He's a huge Cowboys fan. I'm always giving him crap all the time. So if that game would have gone the other way, my phone would have been blowing up.
I didn't get to see any of it.
Yep.
I didn't get home from the ballpark.
I didn't think it'd be that close, to be honest. But Prescott played well, and
Brady's Brady.
yeah. Looks like Carterville won the toss. Yeah. Let's.
All right, you can roll.
They never showed. They never showed who did what.
Okay.
check, please. Mic check, please.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Doc Benzini in Murphysboro, Illinois, as the Carterville Lions play their second road game of the season at Murphysboro. Scott Hudson, Carterville coming off an impressive 46-6 win over the Heron Tigers a week ago. And this Murphysboro Red Devil team, they are a 2-0 on the year.
Yeah, going into last week's Carterville Heron game, a lot of people, including the coaching staff, didn't really know what to expect from this Lions team. Well, they came out in impressive fashion on both sides of the ball, won 46-6, and I think it's kind of what people expected to see from this Carterville team this year. On the flip side, you got Murphysboro, who had that triple overtime, 3 overtime win here against Carbondale. Then last week they go down to AJ. Struggled a little bit in the first half, but then beat AJ 27-7. This is a Murphysboro team coming into tonight that is averaging about 36 points a game in their first 2 games. So defense for Carterville is going to be a key tonight.
Absolutely. Carterville, in that win a week ago over the Heron Tigers, they rushed for over 300 yards as a team. They threw for over 170 yards. Andrew Hellriegel, an outstanding game, but at both sides of the ball, it was the offensive line that set the tone for the game.
No question. I think they were probably challenged in practice before that Heron game because of the way the Benton game went, and the offensive line came out. They did their job. They dominated. Lanham over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. He ran hard. I expect to see a lot of Lanham tonight running between the tackles to try to keep this Murphysboro offense on the sidelines.
We're looking forward to an exciting game here tonight, and man, you can see a lot of offense out of this football game tonight.
Yeah, I think Hellriegel did a very good job last week of going from week 1 and getting better in week 2. He didn't play bad in week 1, but he was so efficient. He only had 1 incompletion, and that one was really a fingertip away from being a 14-of-14 game. He just missed Barton on a far sideline pass that would have gone for 6. But, yeah, I think both teams are looking at this game as a tough matchup.
Absolutely. This is your Polo Whip pregame show. That's Scott Hudson. I'm Dave McKenzie. We're going to go on and take a break. I had a chance to talk to head coach Brett Dial about this matchup tonight. It's Coach Dial on our pregame show here on News Radio WJPF. Hey, Brian, can you make sure your mic is out of cue?
Entertainment, please welcome to the field the Murphysboro High School Crimson Express, accompanied by your Murphysboro High School Devil Dazzlers.
That's not the normal shot. I'll zoom in a bit. Yes, please. No, bring it to us. Bring it to us. Scott Hudson, we talked about with Coach all the razzmatazz you see in the backfield of the Murphysboro offense, and you got Calvin and Devin Clemens, rather. You just never know who's going to come out with the ball.
And that's why you heard Coach Dahl talk about being disciplined on defense. You know, you've got to be disciplined, because all that motion can make you think the play's going one way and it'll go somewhere else, or the play's going to be going to a certain back and it goes to somebody else. So Carterville's defense has got to be disciplined tonight, and I think they got to do a really good job of attacking this Murphysboro offense. You don't want to, you want to be more offensive than defensive. You want to be on your heels, because this Murphysboro team has enough speed that they can make you pay if you're not ready.
Beautiful night for football here in Murphysboro. If you are looking at our live stream, you see the sunset toward the west. What a beautiful shot, and love coming over here. Great sight lines for us. And it is just a beautiful night for football.
Well, we're in September already, and it's hard to believe we're already in week 3.
Yeah.
But this is another gorgeous night for high school football. And Dave, when you look at Carterville's schedule, I thought the 4 toughest games on their schedule were the road games: at Benton, here at Murphysboro, at AJ, and at Nashville. Of course, the last two. AJ and Nashville being conference games. So if Carterville has aspirations to get to the playoffs, they're going to have to learn not only how to beat good teams, but beat good teams on the road.
Waiting on both teams to come out of the locker room as we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff here on News Radio WJPF. And looking at scores, we'll go on and take a break, and when we come back, we'll look at the other games that are going to be taking place around Southern Illinois tonight and tomorrow. This is your Polar Whip pregame show. Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
It was 20 years ago tomorrow when the world was rocked by the September 11, 2001 terror attacks. At this time, would you please stand and join us in a moment of silence in memory of all those whose lives were lost and those.
Welcome back to Doc Benzini Field here at Murphysboro as we're getting ready for the playing of the national anthem. We'll take a break. We're going to have one more break, Brian. That was a tribute for 911. Yeah. Welcome back to Murphysboro. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, our Polar Whip pregame show. Scott, a lot of good football games around the area tonight, including Hamco at Edwards County, Heron at DuQuoin, Massac and AJ, Waterloo at Carbondale, Highland at Marion. One of the key matchups is in the Black Diamond. You have Fairfield at Johnston City.
That's probably the marquee game other than this game here tonight in the River to River Conference. Johnson City's going to find out if the hype's for real, because Fairfield's a very good team. If you remember last week, Fairfield trailed Cesar at halftime at Fairfield, and then the Mules came out and took control of that ball game. But that'll be a big game in Johnson City tonight. That place will be packed.
Pinckneyville will be playing their first game of the year coming up tomorrow when they take on Benton. That's tomorrow night. They got an extra practice day. That's why they're playing a Saturday night game. So we'll keep you up to date on the scores as we go through the evening here tonight. But as we get you set for tonight's matchup between the Carterville Lions and the Murphysboro Red Devils, you have to look at the game last week. Balanced rushing attack from the Carterville Lions. Lanham had over 100 yards, 101. You had Barton with 96 and quarterback Andrew Hellriegel with 83 yards.
Yeah, that's what you call a balanced offensive attack. And, Lanham had a big game with just over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. Carterville started Nolan Hartford in the backfield. He played well. Of course, you had the Mr. Everything, Townsend Barton, that was running the ball, catching passes, and Hellriegel, who did a very, very good job of doing both. All those players that I just mentioned and more are going to have to play well here tonight to get a win here in Murphysboro.
Players are going to be making their way to the field. The Murphysboro Red Devils to the end zone to the south as they go through the starting lineups and pregame announcements here. But looking forward to tonight's matchup here between these two teams. You know, in week one, Carterville turnovers cost them the game. 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and a interception. But they took care of the ball last week. And I guess if there was one thing I would say about last week's game, there were, I believe, 10 penalties for 80 yards for Carterville.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that's got to be cleaned up. And, you know, the snaps back to the holder on extra points, that's got to be cleaned up. But I think we're going from week 1 to week 2, we saw a lot of improvement from this Carterville team. You have to remember, a lot of these kids that are starting for Carterville are juniors. And this was against Benton, that was their first time for some of them, not all of them, of playing varsity football, especially Hellriegel, your quarterback. I thought they played very well last week. Now, can they take that momentum to this game? And something else Carterville did last week, Dave, that was very important. They created turnovers and got points off those turnovers.
They forced 2 turnovers a week ago against the Heron Tigers, and on top of that, they took advantage. They put points on the board off the turnovers, and big win over cross-county rival Heron.
Well, it was, and again, it was when you look at Carterville's schedule with the teams they have coming up. That week 2 win was very important. It's not a must win. If you go 0-2, you're not out of the playoffs. You're not eliminated. However, when you look at that remaining schedule, it means that you can only lose 2 more games to even have a chance to make the playoffs. So that's why I thought last week's win was much needed.
Both teams are set. They're on the field. Carterville is going to be in their their road whites here this evening. Murphysboro in their home reds with the yellow or gold, I guess, helmets and the gold numbers. Carterville with the blue numbers on the white jerseys. And, of course, I love those new Carterville Lion logoed helmets that they have. The Illini logo, kind of like.
And the numbers are easy to see on both the away white and home blue.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out now who won the coin toss that was done earlier. We did not. They did not make an indication of who won the toss. We're going to find out right now.
So the Carterville Lions
won the toss and deferred. So Murphysboro will get the ball first. Murphysboro will be going from the north to the south on our radio dial, as they say.
Absolutely. Don't forget you can watch the live stream of the game. We have that up and running. And just head to YouTube and just search Carterville Lions at Murphysboro Red Devils. Today is September 10th, and that'll take you right to the video stream along with the radio broadcast. But we appreciate you tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. Should be a fun game, and we are getting you set for kickoff here at Doc Benzini Field. Carterville 1-1 on the season. As we've mentioned, Murphysboro a perfect 2-0. Triple overtime win over Carbondale in week 1.
And that's a game, I believe, Murphysboro trailed 28-7 in the first half. I think they led 28-7 in the first half. Carbondale came back and took them to 3 overtimes, but Murphysboro prevailed. This is their second home game. Carterville's still looking for their second home game next week, but this, on paper, this has all the makings to be a very, very entertaining game.
The only thing that could have made that triple overtime game any better would have been like a lightning delay.
Murphysboro and Carterville have been in those before, so
yeah,
I don't think that's going to happen tonight, but we've been there.
It popped up on my news feed today. I think it was like 4 years ago. We restarted the game at 12:30 in the morning. So
yeah.
Here we go as we are getting you set. Carterville is kicking off from left to right, and we are underway. Murphysboro is going to take the ball inside the 5-yard line, out across the 10, cuts it up to the near sideline, grabbed from behind and brought down at about the 25-yard line. And on the carry for the Murphysboro Red Devils, it was Ethan Sonny.
Good job by Carterville's kick team to not let the speedy return man get to the outside and up the sideline.
They're going to have the ball 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And, of course, we talk about the Clemens brothers, and it's going to be quarterback Drew Caldwell in the backfield. You'll see a lot of action in there, and Cart just trying to figure out who's coming out with the ball, and that's half the battle, figuring out who's got the balls. They put their jet back in motion, but it's the dive right up the middle and the give to the fullback for Murphysboro. Good gain, probably about 5 yards, going to bring up second down.
Yeah, quick hitter up the middle, gained about 6 yards. Murphysboro, like Carterville, will want to get in those third and short situations.
2nd and 4 from the ball at the 32-yard line. Just underway here at Doc Bensini Field as Drew Caldwell, the quarterback, works from the shotgun, has 2 receivers to the right, rolls to his right, wants to throw, wings it out to the far side, and it's caught out there by Marcavian Clevis down the sideline. He gets past the defenders, and he's finally pushed out of bounds, and man, it was Peyton Middle that was the last line of defense, and he was able to push him out of bounds deep into Carterville territory.
Yeah, the quarterback Caldwell just rolled to his right, found the receiver up on the sideline. One Carterville defender missed him, and then it was going to be a matter of was anybody going to get to him, and I think it was Biddle who pushed him out of bounds at about the 27 of Carterville, excuse me.
1st and 10, so big chunk play for the Murphysboro Red Devils as Caldwell brings his men to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver to the left side. Everybody's bunched on the far hash, though. As Caldwell takes the snap, gives it to his running back, and that is Devon Clemens. Little to no gain. Actually, they may mark that as a loss. It's going to be a loss of about 1.
Yeah, he just slipped on the turf, but Clemens, he's only 5'8". You talk about trying hard to find somebody behind a line of scrimmage, behind an offensive line. I mean, Clemens can get lost in a hurry, and by the time you do find him, it might be too late.
2nd down and 12 from the Carterville 29 for Murphysboro. Still 1 receiver split to the left. Man in the slot, though, receiver-wise. Put the jet back in motion, turn around and pitch it to that jet back. Tries to cut it to the outside. Carterville's defense is right there and brings him down as it was Calvin Clemens on the pitch. And another loss of maybe 1, maybe 2 yards. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 14 for Murphysboro.
Well, good play by Peyton Bennell, the defensive back for Carterville. He read the play immediately and got up to the line of scrimmage to make the tackle. Yeah, he did lose about a yard.
3rd and 13.
You would have to think. Yeah, you'd have to think Murphysboro's in 4-down territory here.
Carterville's defense is stiffened up here. As the ball is on the near side, they send 1 receiver to the far side. Caldwell takes the snap. And Carterville brings him down in the backfield. A nice job on the carry by Devin Clemens. That Carterville defense right there.
Zachariah Miller, Riley Bradford, both in on the tackle. They weren't fooled thinking it was going to be a running play. So that brings up 4th and about 13 or 14. And this is a big play early in this game for Carterville's defense.
Murphy's going to go for it on 4th down as clock hits 9 minutes here in the 1st quarter. Big play for Murphysboro, puts it in Carterville territory, but they've gained nothing since, as it is the end around on the near side, and he's going to be brought down short of the 1st down at the 20-yard line, and good job by that Carterville defense as the carry by Calvin Clemens. Excuse me, it was
Calvin Clemens, I
Clemens,
think.
On the carry, but Carterville gets the football.
Yeah, they stopped him about 4 yards short of the 1st down. A little bit of a misdirection. Surprised that Murphysboro didn't go to the air. But Carterville stops Murphysboro on their first possession. So let's see what Carterville's offense can do.
This Lions broadcast brought to you by SIH, where they offer rehabilitation for acute, inpatient, and outpatient care. Visit SIH.net for more information. Carterville's first possession of the game comes at the 8:38 mark of the 1st quarter as Andrew Hellriegel from the shotgun takes the snap. He gives it to his fullback who pounds his way for about 2, maybe 3 yards. It's going to be a gain of 3, bringing up 2nd and 7 for Carterville.
Yeah, that's Lanham. I thought they might pound him between the tackles early on to maybe set up that passing game.
Of course, we need to mention that Carterville is without one of their linemen. As it was learned yesterday that Eli Morse had lost his father, and Eli not with the team tonight, and our thoughts and prayers are with the Morse family. After the carry by Carterville, it's going to bring up 3rd down and short, 3rd and about 1 for the Lions.
Well, this is what you want to be in if you're Carterville. You want to be in those 3rd and short situations, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Let's see what Carterville dials up here.
Hellriegel, 2 receivers to the right. And Carterville jumped early. I think Berkey may have jumped quick. It's motion on Carterville. So that's going to back him up.
That is an unforced error.
We've talked a lot about those. And so you go from a 3rd and 1.
3rd and 6.
To a 3rd and 6 now.
You cannot make what I would call mental mistakes against a team like Murphysboro. You got to take advantage of everything. And now you've gone into almost a definite passing situation.
Which Hellriegel can do. Takes the snap. Oh. It's Townsend Barton out on the far side where he's brought down.
I think he's about a yard short of the 1st down. I mean, it's going to be close, and it's going to be a yard short. So what do you do here if you're Carterville?
If I was Brett Dial, I'd go for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking here with Lanham, with a big fullback like Lanham, you either give him the ball or have Hellriegel stick it in his gut, pull it out, and follow him through the line.
Officially marked as 4th and 2, but the ball is at just short of the 29-yard line, 4th and 1. What do the Lions do? Hellriegel takes a snap, gives it to Lanham. 1st down for the Carterville Lions as he gets out to about the 34-yard line, just like you call it, Scott Hudson.
He will get 2 to 3 yards, if not more, on his own. You give him a little bit of a hole, he'll get 5 or 6. So Lanham has started out well, and Carterville has their first down of the game.
Now maybe they can open up the offense just a little bit as the timeout is called. It's going to be an officials timeout.
Oh, the play clock is not working.
Yeah, the play clock to our right and to our left is not working. So the officials just saying that they will keep the play clock on the field. All right, Carterville jumped way early. That was Peyton Biddle.
Yeah, that almost looked like you're watching Canadian Football League. Canadian Football League, they can have 2, 3 guys in motion at a time.
Like Berkey out on that far side, too.
Peyton took off. I don't know if the snap didn't come back in time or what, but that's 2 costly penalties for Carterville so far.
So it backs him up. 5 yards again, 1st and 15. As Hellriegel throws it down the right side, almost caught out there on the far side by Blake Berkey, the intended receiver. It falls incomplete, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 15.
He was wide open at midfield, but Hellriegel put too much air under that ball. If he puts it more on a line, Carterville's got another 1st down, probably inside Murphysboro territory.
2nd and 15 now for Carterville from the 29. This is the 8th play of this drive already. As it's going to be Hellriegel that keeps it, fights his way out to about the 35-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 10 for Carterville.
Probably in a passing situation here. Although, if you go for it on 4th down on your own 35 or whatever it was, you're probably going to go for it if you gain 5 or 6 yards here. So let's see what they have in store.
Two receivers to the right for the Lions, one to the far side. Hellriegel rose to his right, throws, and his intended receiver, Peyton Biddle, has the ball off his fingertips, and now it's 4th down and 10 for Carterville.
Yeah, last 2 passes by Hellriegel, he's had receivers wide open. Biddle was wide open coming across near the 45, just let him too much, and then on the previous play, or 2 plays before that, overthrew Berkey on the far sideline. So Hellriegel's timing is just a little bit off right now.
Looks like Carterville's going to punt. And doing the punting for the Lions is Zach Bonnets as he gets this one away. It's going to hit at about the 35-yard line, and it's picked up and slammed out of bounds over on the far side.
I think that may have hit one of the Murphysboro players as he was going back to help block, and the ball just happened to bounce right to Clavin Clemens. That could have been disaster for Murphysboro.
So the second possession now for Murphysboro. At the 5:32 mark, this Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, Charlie's can handle any heating or cooling system issue you might be experiencing, and no job is too big or too small. Call 985-2502. Murphysboro football. 1st and 10 now from the 23-yard line. As Caldwell from the shotgun. Throws it out to the left side, threw it right into the turf. The intended receiver out there was Tyreek Faggins, and it's incomplete for the Red Devils.
Well, it wasn't going anywhere anyway, even if he caught it, because Zachary Rice, the defensive back for Carterville, read that play immediately, got by the guy that was supposed to be blocking him, and really Murphysboro's probably better off that that was an incomplete pass, because it would have probably been a loss of about 3 or 4 had he caught the ball.
2nd down now and 10 from the 23. Drew Caldwell, the quarterback. One receiver to the near side, puts the jet back in motion, but it's the dive to the fullback right up the middle, and Carterville's defense is just keen on that and doing a great job defensively.
That interior line, defensive line for Carterville, has been stout in this first quarter. They have not allowed anything to go between the tackles.
3rd and 10 from the 23.
One thing, Dave, I was going to mention in pregame that I didn't, that Carterville's got to stay away from defensively, giving up the big play. This is a big play team, Murphysboro's offense. Carterville's got to stay away from that.
They gave up that one big pass there on the first drive by Murphysboro. About 60 yards on the pass. But now, Murphy, 3rd and 10 from the 23. The jetback brings it out to the left side. Zach Noss out to about the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 31-yard line. He's still short of 1st down, so it's going to bring up 4th and short for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Townsend Barton in on the tackle. It's going to be about 4th and 3. Yeah, Murphysboro's going to punt it. I think this early in the game, you don't take that chance deep in your own territory. So Carterville's forced another. All right, I guess this is Murphysboro's first punt. Carterville got the ball on downs the last time.
Carterville does not send anybody back to receive. Peyton Biddle would be the one to do that. Now he sprints back to take the kick as it's almost blocked, and it's taken by Blake Berkey at the 42-yard line. It was a liner of a kick, and Berkey just snagged it and took it to about the 32-yard line, and fantastic field position for the Lions.
Talking about being at the right place at the right time. Berkey was in the right place at the right time and takes that ball down to the Murphysboro 33-yard line. I'm not so sure that punt was not partially blocked, just the way it came off his foot. Either way, Carterville's got great starting position.
Yes, they do. So, from the 33-yard line for Carterville. Great opportunity here. Two receivers come to the near side in Blake Berkey and Peyton Biddle. In the backfield for Carterville Ethan Lanham. Hellriegel lobs it up down the right side. Berkey's there, has his jersey pulled. Pass interference will be the call, and Berkey that was actually a good fat penalty by Murphysboro, because if he breaks free, he catches that for 6.
Yeah, Carmelo Abernathy, the defensive back, got beat, and the only thing he could do was put his hand out and grab Berkey's jersey. That prevented a touchdown, so that might be what you call a good penalty to take. Murphysboro is doing a lot of what Benton did in week 1. They're bringing their linebackers, trying to send more guys than Carterville has to block them.
Hellriegel quick to release that football, and except for the pass interference, it's 1st and 10 now from the 23. Two receivers to the near side. One in the slot. That's Barton. Goes in motion, takes the handoff from Hellriegel, and he's tripped up at about the 21-yard line. It's going to be a short gain for the Lions, but it was Barton on the jet sweep.
Well, other than penalties, every play that Carterville has run, they've gotten positive yards.
2nd and 8 now from the 21. Hellriegel. Again, it's the give to Townsend. Barton cuts it up inside. He's tripped up inside the 15. They may give him a first down.
Carmelo Abernathy.
Yeah, I think they're going to give it to him.
First down for the Carterville Lions.
Looked like Barton might try to take it to the outside, but he quickly cut it back into the inside. Picked up about probably 8 yards on that play to get the first down, and Carterville's in the red zone.
1st and 10 from the 13. Great opportunity now for the Lions. Three receivers to the right. Hellriegel swing pass to the far side. That's Berkey that catches it down to about the 10. And a nice job by Berkey on the catch. And a short gain takes it inside the 10 for the Lions.
Last week they ran that play with a guy going in motion. On the snap would go out and block the defensive back that is supposed to be covering the receiver that is getting the pass. That time Barton just couldn't get out there quick enough to do that for Berkey.
2nd and 6 from the 9. It is Hellriegel that keeps it. Falls forward for a short gain.
He's brought down by number 33.
Well, the one thing you notice, Dave, is Carterville's offensive line is much bigger than Murphysboro's, and that's probably why Murphysboro's bringing backers on almost every play to try to just disrupt any play, especially between the tackles.
3rd and 5 from the 8-yard line. Carterville can still get a first down. 3rd and 5. It's the give. On the carry, it's Jordan Cordes. No, excuse me. Nolan Hartford.
I think it's going to be against Carterville holding. Again, 3 penalties, Dave, tonight that have just cost Carterville dearly.
It's going to back him up.
I actually thought he was going to get the first down easily, if not score. I think he would have come about a yard short, but now it brings up 3rd and long.
So they back the ball up to the 20-yard line. So a 10-yard penalty. A 3rd down and 17 for the Lions. They need points on the board. They started this drive at the Murphy 33, and it would be a shame if you came away with no points.
3rd and long for the Lions.
Now Hellriegel, 2 receivers to the left, drops back, lobs it out toward the left side. Receiver over in the far corner of the end zone was Blake Berkey, over his head and out of bounds. And now Carterville, 4th and 17 from the 20.
Yeah, Hellriegel would have probably had to have dropped that in to have that completed, but he's He's overthrown all 3 of his receivers tonight in this game so far. And this is where the momentum could switch real quickly. If Carterville does not convert here on 4th down, the Murphysboro is going to feel like they dodged a bullet.
61 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's been a quick first half. No score in Carterville.
They're going to try a field goal.
Which would be a 36-yard field goal. Coming on is that Lutenbacher. I believe it may be. Snap, the kick is good. How about that? That is Lutenbacher with the 36-yard field goal for the Lions. How about that?
That is very impressive. Carterville came away with points, not the 6 or 7 they wanted, but they got points out of it. They've got a lead, and that's the important thing.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Carterville's going to be kicking off. It's 3-0 Lions here on News Radio WJPF. 30. Yeah. Three to nothing the score here. 3-0 the score here at Murphysboro. The 36-yard field goal from Jaron Lutenbacher. Carterville kicks it away. Nice kick is going to be taken all the way through the back of the end zone. And Murphy's going to start with it 1st and 10 from their own 20.
He showed his leg on that kickoff, too.
How about that?
That wasn't even close to the goal line.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the IBEW Local 702. Supporters of Lions Sports, IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. For Murphysboro, as this is going to be the 3rd possession for the Red Devils. The ball's 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Drew Caldwell, the quarterback.
Yeah,
It's
illegal
Ethan
motion.
Sonny.
2
Should
guys
have
started
been.
to go in motion.
But no flag.
The official threw the flag. I'm trying to figure out what's going on there.
And out there defensively for the Lions wrapping up. I believe that was Ethan Sonny on the carry. So that may have been Cordis that popped him and dropped him for a loss. I don't know, Scott, why there wasn't a stoppage of play.
Yeah, the official threw the flag, but the play was allowed to continue. And they are going to mark it off now. That's confusing. Got our first score of the night. 6:40 to go in the first. Johnson City 14, Fairfield 6.
14-6. We'll be watching that game closely tonight. Still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, I guess if there was a penalty, Carterville declined it. That's the best I can. If there wasn't, then Carterville stopped Murphysboro for a loss.
2nd and 12. It was a loss of 2, and it's the give to the jetback. That is Calvin Clemens, who brings it to the near side, gets out to about the 30, spins around, has a 1st down and a little bit more for Murphysboro, and a big play there for the Red Devils.
Yeah, that's a 1st down. I mean, he just followed his blockers. Never really seemed like he could decide whether he wanted to go the outside or the inside. Stayed to the outside and picked up a 1st down.
They mark it at the 33-yard line.
That's one of those plays, Dave, where Carterville's defensive ends have got to go straight across, turn that play in, force it to the inside where you got help.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 33 for the Red Devils. And on the carry for Murphysboro, Devin Clemens to the outside, gains about 8 yards, and he's dropped a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Devin Clemens on the carry.
Again, getting to the outside, no resistance there. and he gained about 8 yards.
Takes it out to the Carterville 41-yard line, and that's the end of the first quarter. Carterville leads the game 3-0 after the 36-yard field goal from Jaron Lutenbacher. We're going to take a break. Stay with us. Second quarter action is next here on News Radio WJPF. Back at Murphysboro as we start play here in the second quarter. Carterville leads it 3-0. And Murphysboro has the football. 2nd and 2 from the 41. It's the give on they're trying the fake pitch to the outside, and it was a handoff there in the backfield, and a lot of confusion there. As on the handoff, it was Ethan Sonny. Little to no gain for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Zachariah Miller on the tackle, also Riley Bradford. We've mentioned their names before.
It was actually a loss of 1 on that. 3rd and 3 now. The ball at the 40-yard line. So a big defensive play here for Carterville if they can get the stop. They've done well defensively so far, stopping this Murphy offense. Caldwell puts a man in motion, gives it to his fullback where he's popped, and he's short, and he will not get the first down. Nice job by that interior line for the Lions, as on the carry it was Devin Clemens.
Townsend Barton, one of the players on the stop. Also, kind of hard to read in the dark.
I know.
Noah Jones, or Ivan Jones, excuse me. So that's going to force Murphysboro to punt. This Carterville defense has been very good in this first half.
4th and 2 from the 41. Murphy puts a man back to punt. Carterville again drops Peyton Biddle back to receive. The snap, rolls, kicks. Line drive kick is going to hit at about the 26-yard line, and it goes out of bounds. So Carterville's defense did the job on that possession now, and maybe this offense can get rolling.
The defense, the interior defense for Carterville has been very, very good in this first half. They have not allowed Murphysboro to run the ball between the tackles, and therefore, if you stop that, then you kind of know what might be coming next. They're going to have to try to run to the outside. I'm surprised Murphysboro has not tried to throw the ball more than they have in this first half.
Yeah, I agree. Coming up to halftime, we're going to have our UPS store halftime report. We'll break down this game and get you caught up on scores.
I didn't wear my Browns tonight. I'm sorry. I can't do the UPS store.
You can't. You didn't wear your Browns.
I didn't wear my Browns tonight.
Did you have a little flashback there?
Oh, no, that was a nightmare. It wasn't a flashback.
So it is 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 22-yard line. Hellriegel gives it to his running back for the Carterville Lions in Nolan Hartford, and may have actually lost a yard on the carry.
Yeah, he just couldn't get to the outside, never really turned it upfield, and what Murphysboro may lack in size, they make up for in speed on that defense, and it's going to be very hard to get to that outside and turn it upfield.
2nd and 12 for Carterville.
There's a loss of 2 on the carry by Nolan Hartford. Ball's at the 20-yard line. They send 3 receivers to the far, 3 trips to the right. Ball's on the turf, and Hellriegel does a nice job to fall on it. Limit the damage, but this offense is just kind of struggling getting going here tonight.
That's one thing you always worry about when you have a guy coming in motion. make sure the ball is snapped either before or after he has gone by the center. That time the ball was snapped too soon, and Carterville very fortunate to fall on it.
3rd and 12. So no loss on the play from the 20-yard line. Actually, 3rd and 14. Hellriegel throws it near side, throws it up, and no flag as the intended receiver was Townsend Barton. He had the step. Had it been aired out just a little bit more, might have been able to run under that.
Now, sometimes you compensate for what you've done earlier. What I mean by that is Hellriegel was overthrowing everybody. So that time, he probably said, I'm going to put a little bit more air under it, when he probably should have put more air under it. But Carterville cannot take advantage of the nice defensive stop they had just moments ago.
So now it will be Zach Bonnets back to punt for the Lions. Gets it away. Short kick. It's at the 35. Takes a Murphy bounce, and it's downed by Jordan Cordes right at the Carterville 35-yard line. That's where Murphysboro is going to take over.
Yeah, Dave, I go back to a couple possessions ago for Carterville. They had what looked like maybe a first down or 4th and maybe inches at about or inside Murphysboro's 10-yard line, and they had the holding penalty that brought them back. They weren't able to pick up the first down. They did get points out of it on the 36-yard field goal, but their offense is kind of sputtered. They haven't been fluid tonight. You've had some good plays, and then penalties have really disrupted their offense.
1st and 10 from the 35 for the Red Devils. 8:58 remaining here in the first half. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson on News Radio WJPF. And a flag comes in from the near side. That's usually a motion penalty.
Yeah, probably a legal procedure on Murphysboro, I'm guessing.
And that's exactly what it is, false start. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now from the 35. They back the ball up 5 yards, place it at the 40-yard line. So now 1st and 15 from the 40 for Murphysboro. It's the give to the jet back. That is
nothing doing.
Calvin Clemens, and a nice job by the Lions defense to get the stop right there, Scott Hudson.
Cordes, Biddle, and others in on the stop. That's about a loss of a yard.
So the ball is at the 41-yard line. It is a loss of a yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 now from the 41. Caldwell from the shotgun. Takes the snap. Inside pitch right up the middle, and they get to about the original line of scrimmage, and then driven back, and the ball pops out, and there's players flying everywhere as the play was whistled dead. It won't be a fumble, but that inside pitch to
Riley Bradford in on the stop for the Lions.
I believe it may have been Tyler Jackson that may be on that inside pitch, but a good job by the Lions.
Yeah, that's a good job by Carterville's defense, because that's a play you don't see a lot in high school. A little trickery by Murphysboro, and Carterville only gave up 4 yards on it, so still 3rd and long for Murphysboro.
3rd and 11 from the 36-yard line. They started this drive at the Lions' 35. So they've lost a yard. Now Caldwell drops back. Was going to throw, and he dropped the ball or pulled the ball down like he was going to run, but a nice job defensively by the Lions to bring him down, and it's going to bring up 4th down now for Carterville.
Riley Bradford. Caldwell did not have a lot of time to look downfield. He was running to his right. And then Bradford took him down, so timeout Murphysboro.
And we'll take a break as well, as it'll be fourth down play coming up for the Red Devils. Lions lead at 3-0 on News Radio WJPF. '60. Massac leads AJ.
Who does?
7-6.
Who does?
Massac. Fourth and 12 for the Red Devils from the 42-yard line. Caldwell, inside handout, big gain. What a handoff, what a play call, as it's going to be Devin Clemens with the 42-yard touchdown run on the inside handoff, and Carterville was not expecting that.
Well, we said Carterville had to stay away from the big plays, and they gave up one there. Nice job by Caldwell to show pass, and then just literally reached in front of him and gave the ball to the ball carrier. And once he got to about the 25, it was all over.
6:45 here in the second quarter. Murphy gets their first touchdown of the game, as it was Devin Clemens on for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-3 is the score. Murphysboro leads it with 6:45 remaining in the half. Stay with us. We'll continue here. Carterville Lions football on News Radio WJPF. 7-3 the score here with 6:45 remaining in the first half. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. Murphy just taking the lead on that 42-yard touchdown run by Devin Clemens. The kick is away. It's going to be a short kick, going to get a hit at the 25-yard line, picked up by Townsend Barton. Out on the far side across the 40-yard line, where he's finally run out of bounds on the far sideline. Good field position for the Lions.
Yeah, Carterville's had a couple of possessions in this first half that they've been able to move the ball very well. But it hasn't ended in points other than the field goal. So let's see if Carterville's offense can kind of take a deep breath, settle down, let that big offensive line pound away.
The ball to the 36-yard line, 1st and 10, Carterville.
Ball is at the 36 of Carterville. So here comes Andrew Hellriegel and his offense. Coach Brett Dial over on the far sideline. This ball's carried out to about the 36, maybe 37-yard line. It looks like it may be just a yard gain. Bringing up second down now for Carterville.
Yeah, Dave, I know I sound like a broken record, but Murphysboro is bringing linebackers on every play, shooting the gaps, and it's making it hard. Now, I will say this. If Lanham or Hellriegel or one of the other backs could get through that initial line of scrimmage with those linebackers blitzing, you got some open space.
2nd and 9 from the 37. The snap to Hellriegel. Pump fake. Throws it across, incomplete. The intended receiver was Townsend Barton.
He was open, and I don't know if there's the timing was definitely off. It looked like Barton may have gotten tripped by one of the Murphysboro Red Devil players, but incidental contact, no call.
Hellriegel had more time than really what he thought, too. He pump faked. 3rd and 9 from the 37. Now Hellriegel the pitch. Out on the far side to Lanham as he dives forward. That's going to be,
I think that's going to be a first down.
First down for the Carterville Lions.
Yes, it is. What an effort by Lanham. He knew where the marker was at, and he dove.
We're going to have to see where they mark that, Scott.
Well, the one official already motioned first down. So
there they go. They're going to move the chains now.
The 46-yard line, first down, Carterville.
You know what? That is only the 3rd first down for Carterville Lions in this game. 1st and 10 now from the 46. The carry out to about the 48. Hellriegel on the keeper.
Carterville is really, really close to breaking their own big play.
So it is 2nd and 8. Hellriegel throws it out, caught, first down for the Carterville Lions. And on the catch, it was Townsend Barton.
Great catch by Barton. He had a defensive back right on him, and defensive back had great coverage. It was just a great catch and a really good throw by Hellriegel.
1st and 10, out to the 48-yard line for the Lions. Big catch by Barton. Barton in motion. Hellriegel's going to keep it off tackle. Carries it out near the 35-yard line where he's brought down. And that's going to be short of a first down. But a nice run from Hellriegel.
May have been designed to go between the tackles, but again, when you're blitzing like Murphysboro is, if you can get it to the outside, you're going to have some open space until those defensive backs come up and make a play.
Ball is at the 36-yard line. Gain of 7. It's Hellriegel once again. It's going to keep it. That defense was right there to sniff that out. He dives forward. It's going to be about a yard short. Maybe 2, where they mark it at the 35.
Yeah, if you're gonna run here, I call 33's number right here.
3rd and 2 now. From the shotgun, Hellriegel gives it to Lanham, first down and more. Inside the 30, down to about the 25-yard line where he's tripped up. Nice carry by Mr. Lanham.
He's like a bull in a china shop, and if Carterville could extend this drive, get in the end zone, probably not leave Murphysboro a lot of time to get on the board before halftime.
1st and 10 from the 25 now. Hellriegel takes the snap, gives it to Lanham, plows his way into the offensive line, picks up about 2. It's going to be just a gain of 1, bringing up 2nd and 9 for the Lions.
Gain of a yard on the play, 2nd and 9, Carterville.
Ball is at the 24-yard line. Clock rolls, 3:50 remaining here in the first half. We'll have our UPS store halftime report coming up. Hellriegel takes the snap. Quick pitch to the far side. Could have been picked off. Falls incomplete because defensively for Murphysboro, it was a Roger Hart right there that knocked it to the turf.
That had pick 6 written all over it.
Yes, it did.
Hellriegel got lucky. But that's one thing, Carterville's thrown that play a lot to both sides of the field early in the season. At some point, you're going to get a defensive back that's going to jump that route.
Townsend Barton was the intended receiver.
stick around.
So it's going to be 3rd and 9, the 11th play of the drive for the Lions.
Coming up in the half.
They have 3 first downs so far on this drive. Hellriegel now throws wide open over on the far sideline. First down for the Lions, and that is Peyton Biddle that picks up the first down.
A quick pass out to Biddle, who was right at the sticks, got an extra yard. Nice throw, nice catch by Peyton. Carterville's got the ball inside the 15.
So Carterville continues the drive here. Ball was at the 14-yard line. Looked like there was some movement, no whistle. Hellriegel's wrapped up.
Hellriegel on the quarterback keeper.
And that Murphysboro defense just wrapped him up.
Carterville's right guard moved, and I did not see a flag come out.
That's good for a 4-yard loss.
So take your pick, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5, or 2nd and 14 or 2nd and 15.
For Carterville.
From the 18-yard line. 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. Come crashing in toward the line. Nobody jumps. Hellriegel takes it off tackle, cuts it up inside. Nice job just reading the blocking, following his blockers, and a nice gain there by Andrew Hellriegel.
Again, Murphysboro is just bringing everybody up the middle, and if you can get by that initial contact, you're going to get some big yards. And Carterville's got it 3rd and about 4 with 2:30 to go in the second.
From the 8, Hellriegel looks over toward head coach Brett Dial. Talks to his fullback, his running back in Lanham. Takes the snap. Hellriegel's going to keep it. Cuts it up inside, spins, and it's going to be short. You think?
I think he got it.
Yeah, they mark it down at the 3-yard line, and that's going to be a first down.
Sam Herring in the stop for Murphysboro.
I think it's a first down.
Yep, first down.
And goal.
So now it's going to be first and goal from the 4-yard line now for the Lions.
This is that offensive line, Dave McKenzie just needs to let it
fly.
Let it fly right here.
It's the give to Barton. Cuts it up and gets tripped up. Nice defensive play on the outside by Murphy, and actually Carterville loses about 4 or 5 yards on that carry.
Murphysboro's speed to the outside is what has kept Carterville from getting big plays to the outside.
2nd and goal from the 7 for the Lions. Clock rolls to 1:14 remaining in the half. Carterville trails it 7-0. Excuse me, 7-3. From the near hash, Hellriegel puts his running back to the right. Hellriegel's going to take it off guard, tries to cut it up outside, gets it down to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 2. Got to give credit to that Murphy defense. They've tightened up right here.
Yeah, they have, and yardage becomes a lot harder to gain once you get inside the red zone. But Carterville basically has 2 plays to get 4 yards. And I would just tap my offensive lineman on the shoulder and say, fellas, you're the one that's got to take us into the end zone.
But Carterville doesn't look like they're in any hurry. Game clock is at 23 seconds. Hellriegel takes the snap, gives it to Lanham. Lanham is going to be stopped. Carterville will call the timeout. Clock continues to roll, 12, 11, 10. And they're going to try and kick the field goal on that. They're going to run the clock down. And with 3 seconds.
Actually, Dave, I think they're going to go for it here. They still got the offense on the field. We remember this similar situation in Benton in week 1, late in the game when the game was already decided, but Carterville had 1st and goal on the 2 and couldn't score. Here they had 1st and goal at the 4 and now find themselves 4th and goal on the 3.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Rob's Pit Barbecue near the corner of Route 13 and 148. Hours are 10:30 to 8 p.m. Monday through Sunday. It's also brought to you by Farm Fresh in Carterville. Under new management since 2018, open every day. Farm Fresh offers local meats, craft groceries, hard to find candy, and milk in glass. They say go Lions. 3 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll have our UPS Store halftime report, try to get some updated scores from around Southern Illinois. Carterville breaks huddle with Coach Brett Dial over on the far sideline. 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Lions trail it 7-3. Hellriegel from the shotgun. Takes the snap, throws it, caught, touchdown, Carterville on the catch. It's Jordan Cordes on the catch for the Carterville Lions.
Well, we know he can play defensive end, and now we just found out he can play a little tight end. What a catch. Hellriegel threw a missile to Cordes, but it had to be quick because of the coverage and because there's not a lot of room down around the goal line. But Carterville caps off an impressive drive with a big 4th down conversion on 4th and goal.
And for the second game out of 3, Carterville scores with no time on the clock to end the first half. They did that at Benton, the untimed down.
You could not have scripted this any better for Carterville to go all the way down the field and not be able to give Murphysboro the ball back.
9-7 with the kick, 10-7. And that's how we are going into half. Nice job by the Lions, and we're at the half. Stay with us. Our UPS Store halftime report is coming up. Carterville leads Murphysboro 10-7. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Man. Lutenbacher.
Was it Lutenbacher?
Yeah.
I couldn't see the number.
Yeah, we can't see in here, so.
Good thing you know things.
Back at Murphysboro, Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, where the Carterville Lions took the lead on the last play of the first half on the 3-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Hellriegel to Jordan Cordes of all people, and the Lions lead it 10-7. It's our UPS Store halftime report. Glad to have you with us here on News Radio WJPF, but finally Carterville got things rolling a little bit there toward the end of the half.
Yeah, they did. They had to come up with some big conversions, none bigger than the 4th and goal on the 4. The pass from Hellriegel to Cordes. I don't know about you, Dave, but I thought coming into this game, if you would have told me the score at halftime would be 10-7, I would have said probably not.
No.
I thought there'd be a lot more scoring, but this has been a very well-played game. There have been penalties. I think Carterville's hurt themselves with some penalties. They might be able to have a bigger lead than this without that. But having said that, I think Carterville's defense has played exceptionally well in this first half.
Well, Carterville got the scoring started on their second drive of the game. It was a 8-play drive that ended with a 36-yard field goal by Jaron Lutenbacher. That was with 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and Carterville led it 3-0. We came back in the second quarter, and it was Carterville forced a punt by Murphysboro and got the ball back. Lions were forced to punt, but then it was a 42-yard touchdown run by Devin Clemens for Murphysboro, and that gave them the 7-3 lead, and that was with 6:45 remaining. But Carterville gets the ball back, and they went on an 18-play drive for the Lions. It resulted in that 3-yard touchdown pass from Hellriegel to Jordan Cordes, and that's where we stand, a low-scoring game here at Murphy.
Carterville gave up 2 big plays in the first half. The one play, the pass play down the far sideline in the first quarter, early in the first quarter, that did not result in points on Murphysboro. But then the one that really hurt, 4th and about 12, just a great play by Caldwell, the quarterback, and the running back. It's almost like a smaller version of the Statue of Liberty. The quarterback took the ball, looked like he was going to roll to his right and pass, but then stepped forward and put the ball in the gut of the running back, and he had wide open space to go. And so those are the 2 plays that you look at. But really, honestly, when you look at how many points Murphysboro has been averaging coming into this game, Carterville only give up 7 at Murphysboro. That's pretty good. So I think Coach Dahl's got to be very happy with what he saw. I think wants to get a little bit more out of the offense.
This is your point is exactly. It looks like Murphy's averaging about 36 points a game. That 3 overtime thrilling win over Carbondale week 1, 46-43 the final score, and then a week ago against AJ they hung 27 on the scoreboard to average that out about 36 points per game for Murphy.
I think a big key in this game going forward, Carterville gets the ball to start the second half.
Yep.
If Carterville could do what they just did and go down and go up by 10, then that changes everything. You know, remember last week, I think at halftime, Murphysboro only had 7 points. They were tied with AJ, but they scored 20 in the second half. So we always talk about those halftime adjustments. Let's see what both teams do.
And Gary Carter, one of the best at those halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and he had to make halftime adjustments last week. Now, if you're up 20-0 at half, you probably just say, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. But he proved last week that adjustments were the difference in the ball game.
We're at the half here at Doc Mancini Field. We'll run through some scores from around Southern Illinois when we return. 10-7 is the score here at the half. Here at Murphysboro, the Lions lead it here on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Back at Murphysboro, Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson. It is our UPS Store halftime report and updating some scores from around Southern Illinois. Scott, you got a couple?
Got a couple. Johnson City 14, Fairfield 12 with about 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Waiting on a score from the DuQuoin-Heron game. Haven't got that in yet. So waiting on some more scores to come in. But J.C. Fairfield, that was the other big game in Southern Illinois tonight. J.C. hanging on right now, 14-12. Near half.
I've got a score. Heron Tigers lead DuQuoin 10-6 at the half. AJ over Massac 21-14, second quarter. Waterloo leads Carbondale, shutting them out 15-0. That in the second. It's Marion over Highland 28-7. Nashville, wondered what Nashville team was going to show up tonight. They are just blowing the doors off of Westland, 41-0. That score still in the second quarter. Flora over El Dorado, 28-0. Mascuda over Centralia, 21-0 in the second. Breeze Mater Dei over Althoff, 16-0. Let's see here. Johnston City 14-12, as Scott mentioned, and Triad leads Mount Vernon 17-7, and I believe that is all of the scores so far. Anything surprise you?
Not really. Pretty much as I expected. I thought the Fairfield Johnson City game would be close, which it is. Heron leading at DuQuoin, not a big surprise. DuQuoin is, I think their program is down a little bit. They had a lot of seniors graduate off that team last year. I thought that would probably be a close game. I thought this game would be close. It's pretty much going how I thought it probably would.
10-7 is our score here at Doc Bencini Field in Murphysboro. I'm Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson. And what do you expect from the Carterville Lions coming up in the second half?
Well, I think they need to be a little bit more consistent on offense. That last drive was textbook. You leave no time on the clock for Murphysboro to score before halftime. Excuse me, and you come away with 6 points. Got to be a little bit more consistent there. I think defensively, look for Murphysboro to probably open things up a little bit more. Carterville has just suffocated them on the running game, especially between the tackles. So I think Murphysboro will probably open it up a little bit more. I think for Carterville defensively, just keep doing what you've done. And if Murphysboro does go to the pass game a little bit more, get pressure on Caldwell and force him to maybe make a mistake.
Next week, conference play starts for the Lions.
Yeah, DuQuoin comes into town. I think it's also homecoming, isn't it?
Is it DuQuoin or AJ?
Well, next week's DuQuoin, then we go to AJ.
That's right.
So,
yeah, we're at home.
So home cooking next week for Carterville. Boy, it would look big to go back to Carterville next Friday night with a record of 2-1, starting the conference season. You'd have a lot of momentum going. Yeah, that would be nice. But back home next week against the Indians.
Should be fun. Conference play, always a fun time. And get things going with the DuQuoin Indians. So we'll have all the action right here on News Radio WJPF. My nighttime vision is not good.
You know, I didn't bring my night goggles tonight. Normally, I have those, but I didn't bring them tonight, so.
We are going to go on and take a break. Our final break here at the UPS Store halftime report. Carterville leads Murphysboro 10-7. Stay with us. Second half action is coming up on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Yeah, 2 minutes is fine. Because they'll do their stretching too, so. Nothing to speculate on when all we know is she's just replaced, so. But we'll Yes, it is weird. When the only statement is, we wish her good luck and thank her for everything she's done.
Once again, the Red Devil Athletic Department would like to acknowledge the fine folks at Vogler Ford, especially W.J. Pittman, Dennis and John Rothschild, and Bill Manus, for providing today's referee escort. Thank you to Vogler Ford, located in Carbondale. Red Devil fans, welcome back to the field. Yo, Murphysboro Red Devils.
10-7 the score at Murphysboro. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson as we're getting you set for second half action. The Lions lead this game by 3. And don't forget, tomorrow morning coming up on Sports Voice with Murph and Hudson starting at 8 o'clock. We'll be recapping all of the high school games. But around here, the big news, Scott Hudson, Liz Jarnigan no longer with Saluki Athletics.
Yeah, and I think everybody's puzzled as to what happened because, excuse me, a lot of times you can see maybe something like this coming. You know, it's just maybe a matter of time, or you may have heard of something, or you saw something. This is totally out in left field for me and a lot of other people I've talked to. You know, I think eventually it will come out what happened, but as of right now, we don't know. Of course, tomorrow it's the first full weekend of the NFL season. We'll have our NFL picks. You know, we'll talk.
Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like he ages only in number. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just a heck of a quarterback. And while we're talking about Sports Voice and some of our great sponsors, I want to talk about one sponsor that has been on River Radio for many years, and just passed away the other day. Our condolences, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Nestler family. Ron Nestler,
Yeah.
the owner of Polar Whip, passed away a couple days ago, and a big loss to not only Heron but to the entire Southern Illinois. Many of you remember him as the basketball coach at Heron Junior High for a long time, also coached at Heron High School. Just a great guy to talk to, and if you ever went to Polar Whip, you heard these words: "Here's an order," and it was always Ron giving those orders at Polar Whip, which has been a big sponsor of ours for many years. And again, our thoughts and condolences go out to the Nestler family on a big loss to Southern Illinois, and just thoughts and prayers to everybody.
And again, I also want to remind you and fill you in of the passing of Daryl Morse.
Yes.
Yesterday morning was shocking to the Carterville community. Of course, Eli, lineman for the Carterville Lions, he's not here tonight, but our thoughts and prayers with both families is both related to COVID, and it's really hit our region, and particularly our county and our two communities hard in the last 5 days. And our thoughts and prayers to everybody, the Morse family. And
yes, and I echo those words, Dave. My thoughts and prayers with the Morse family, because, you know, we may be broadcasters, but we're all part of this family.
Absolutely.
And it's a loss for everybody.
Absolutely. It was a hard practice yesterday. I talked with Coach Brett Dial off the air last night. I was late getting to practice and sat down with him, and he said that they had players in the gym in the afternoon, and then they came out to practice, and he said, you know, it was a good day to have a bad practice, but he said we had a little brief meeting on the field, talked about it, said let's go to work. I'll turn some music on. They turned the music on the PA, and he said they just went to scrimmage, and he said they were great, and he said probably the best practice we've had, and it's paying off so far here tonight, you know, as they lead this game here, getting ready for second half action. They lead it 10-7. Like Scott said during the halftime report, that the good thing for the Carterville Lions is they get the football back here to start play in the second half.
Carterville could really help themselves if they could take this opening kickoff of the third quarter and go down and score, have one of those time-consuming drives like they had at the end of the first half, and put 6, 7, maybe 8 points on the board. This is a game that I did not expect it to be 10-7 at half, but here we are. Carterville played a good first half. They got to clean up some of the mistakes, some of the penalties that cost them. And like I said, I think Murphysboro's probably going to have to open it up a little bit because Carterville's interior defense has just been stout. So we'll see what adjustments were made by both sides. And if it's anything like the first half, we're in for a heck of a finish.
Both teams have gone through their mandatory stretching program as we are getting you set for play here in the second half. Carterville in the road whites with the dark blue numbers. They'll be going from right to left on your radio dial. Don't forget you can flip over, watch the live stream, catch the radio call as well. Carterville set to receive the kick. Murphysboro set to kick off. We appreciate you tuning in to Lions Sports here on News Radio WJPF. Townsend Barton is the deep man for the Lions. They won't kick it deep, they'll kick it short, and it's taken at about the 15-yard line up to the 30 to near the 35, and that's where Carterville will start play here in the second half.
Carterville starts with good field position. Boy, what a gorgeous night for high school football.
Yes, it is. It has been a gorgeous week. I've been at Rent One Park all week and almost needed a jacket there in the late evenings. It's been so nice. 1st and 10 from the 34 for Carterville. To start things off here in the second half, they lead this game 10-7. Andrew Hellriegel from the shotgun, trips to the left. Looks like there was some early movement, no call, and a pass over to about the 40-yard line. I believe that's Townsend Barton on the reception for the Lions.
Yeah, nice quick pass by Hellriegel again. Barton had great coverage on him, but he got his body between the defender and the ball, and he picked up about 6 yards on first down.
So it's going to be 2nd and 4, the ball right at the 40-yard line.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4 for the Lions.
Hellriegel brings 2 receivers near side. Now puts Barton in motion. Hellriegel's going to keep it. He's wrapped up. It's going to be short of the line of scrimmage. Going to be dropped actually about a yard, a 1 yard loss on the carry by Hellriegel.
Yeah, and if you notice, anytime Carterville's been stopped at or near the line of scrimmage, it's always been the smaller Murphysboro players, which means they're bringing their linebackers.
Yep.
Because the defensive front can't get to them.
Now Andrew Hellriegel takes a snap, rolls to his right, wants to throw. Finds his man right at the 50-yard line. That is Townsend Barton on the reception and a first down for the Carterville Lions.
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a catch because Hellriegel threw the ball back towards the middle of the field. If the ball's thrown to the outside, to the near side, he makes an easy catch, but he had to turn his body, face us to make that catch.
1st and 10 from the 50 for the Lions. Hellriegel this time, it's his give to Lanham as he bangs his way out to about the 45 to the 44-yard line of Murphysboro.
One thing about long time-consuming drives, it wears the other team's defense down. And late in the third quarter, early in the fourth, that could pay big dividends for Carterville.
Carterville's really picking up the pace of this drive as well. Almost like a 2-minute offense as Hellriegel gets dropped at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 once again. 3rd and 4 from the 44.
On this drive, 2nd down has not been kind to Carterville. It's when they've lost yardage and end up putting themselves in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 situations.
Here we go as we get 3rd down and 5 for Murphysboro. 2 receivers to the far side for the Lions. Hellriegel takes a snap. Throws, caught, 1st down. Townsend Barton inside the 30 to the 20. No, that is Blake Berkey, rather. And all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Blake Berkey with another big catch for the Lions.
Carterville's been going to Barton. All of a sudden, when you worry about Barton, you forget you got Berkey.
Yep.
and he made a great catch, a nice throw in traffic by Hellriegel.
1st and 10 from the 14 now. Hellriegel from that shotgun. He gives it to Lanham, where he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain for the Lions. 2nd and 10 now from the 14.
And again, when you hear us, or if you're watching on the live stream, you may think, man, what's wrong with the offensive line on some of these plays? It's not necessarily their fault. You've only got 5 down linemen, and you got 7 or 8 coming at you.
Yep, they're loading the box is what they call that. Hellriegel passes down inside the 5. 1st down and goal for the Lions. On the catch, it is Peyton Biddle.
Biddle has come up with some big catches in this game, as has Barton. Berkey with a big catch. Carterville loves to spread the ball around to their weapons.
1st and goal now from the 4-yard line. 1st and goal from the 4. Lions trying to extend this 10-7 lead over Murphy. Hellriegel, he's going to keep it and fights his way in. Touchdown, Andrew Hellriegel, the 4-yard touchdown run for the Lions.
There's that offensive line making their presence felt. What a drive to start the 3rd quarter by the Lions.
Actually, that's a 2-yard touchdown run from Hellriegel. And it comes with 8:47 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. On to do the kicking, Jaron Lutenbacher, who hit a 36-yard field goal. The first point scored in the game by the Lions. And a flag is going to be offside.
Now, do you think about going for 2? Half the distance to the goal.
Lutenbacher just scoots his tee up a couple of yards.
I think that's his message, Coach. Hey, just leave me out here. I'm good.
I need the points. He does. He scoots up another 1.5 yards for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is good. Carterville Lions, how about that? They lead the Murphysboro Red Devils 16-7 with 8:47 remaining in the 3rd. Stay with us. We'll continue here on News Radio WJPF.
17, your Red Devils 7.
Hellriegel did a good job.
Yes, he did.
Fans, this weekend is the 10-year reunion for the class of 2011. Among the many records this class set or broke is nearly the perfect basketball season that went 35-0. That's right, they won 35 straight games and finished the runner-up at the IHSA state tournament. Please join me in welcoming this remarkable class back to campus tonight. Welcome back to the class of 2011.
Seventeen to 7 the score with 8:47 remaining here in the 3rd. Carterville kicking away. It's going to squib kick, takes a real high hop and a couple of them, and it's just dropped right at the 25-yard line. That's where Murphy is going to start 1st and 10.
Yeah, they didn't want to kick it deep to one of their speedy backs.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by SIH, where they offer rehabilitation for acute inpatient and outpatient care. You can visit SIH.net for more information. Murphysboro getting the ball for the first time here in the 2nd half. They're going to have it at the 25-yard line to start things off. They trail 17 to 7. Their one score came on the 42-yard touchdown run. But it's the give to the jet back. That is going to be Calvin Clemens, who takes it out for about a gain of 7, might be 8 yards on the carry.
Yeah, just a quick hitter. He turned it up quickly. Picked up about 8.
2nd and 2 now for Murphysboro.
That's good for an 8-yard gain.
You would think they would pick up the pace of their offense just a little bit as well.
Yep.
So they're taking their time here coming to the line of scrimmage. The quarterback in Drew Caldwell. He operates from the shotgun the entire game. Lifts the foot, starts the play, and a nice job by that Carterville Lions. They just wrapped up the running back and drove him back for a loss of 2. Is on the carry. It was Devin Clemens.
Carterville's interior, I've mentioned him many times tonight. On that play for Carterville was Riley Bradford. We mentioned his name many times tonight already.
3rd and 2 for Murphysboro. It's the give to the jetback. Once again, Carterville snuffs that out, stops him short of the first down. And once again, Murphy is facing a 4th down, and it's going to be probably about 5 now.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to send in their punt team.
No gain on the play, 4th down for Murphysboro.
So Carterville should get the ball with good field position. Of course, you've got to be careful about the fake, and that's why Carterville does not have a guy back.
Exactly. Peyton Biddle will stand at the safety position. He's at about the 45, but it looks like they're going to kick away. He'll drop back to maybe attempt a return. Now he does. He fades back into Carterville territory. It is a fake. The punter keeps it, and he's got the first down for the Carterville Lions as it was Ethan Finke on the carry, and could see it coming, but they executed. Nice job.
High risk, high reward play, but because he started coming to his right, that's where the flow came. Then he just stopped and went back to his left, and there was really nobody there to meet him.
So that keeps the drive alive for the Red Devils. 6:35 on the clock. First down, the ball at the 40-yard line for Murphy. Caldwell sets his troops at the line of scrimmage. Claps his hands, takes the snap. Gives it to the fullback. It's going to be a gain of about a half a yard over on the far side for Murphysboro. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, if I'm Brett Dial, the coaching staff, I'm happy that they're running the ball because they're not doing it very well. And I mean, there's a lot of game left. There's still 6:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. But one thing running plays do, they take time off the clock.
Absolutely. That's why I was talking about the pace of the game, their offense right now. Not that it's a big deficit, a 10-point deficit.
Oh,
Carterville
what smack.
defense jumping right in there and making the play. Wow, what a hit by the Carterville D.
I think that was, well, we need some
52.
light. Ivan Jones.
Ivan Jones.
Ivan Jones. Oh, oh.
That'll bring up 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 now for the Red Devils. The ball from the 41-yard line. They bring a receiver to the near side. Everybody else bunched on the far hash. Put the jet back in motion. The pitch, oh, it could have been picked off. Townsend Burton was right there. Carterville recovers the fumble. That is going to be Carterville football in deep Murphysboro territory.
Before the snap, Barton, I was watching him. He moved up to the line of scrimmage, and he took off with the snap. Again, high risk, high reward play, because if the play goes to the inside, he can't recover to make the tackle. But if the pitch or run goes to the outside, guess what? He blows it up, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he hit the ball out of the air on the pitch, and the Lions are able to recover. And they're going to have it 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. So a great opportunity to extend this 10-point lead for the Lions. They lead it 17-7, 5:02 on the 3rd quarter clock. This could be a dagger shot for the Lions. Hellriegel looked like somebody moved, but he gives it to Lanham. Lanham battles his way out near a first down. It's going to be about a yard short. Gain of 9 by Ethan Lanham. And what a carry and a first down run.
Yeah, I'm like you, Dave. I thought there might have been a little movement, but we've seen a couple of times tonight on both sides where the officials have just let it go or didn't see it. But
Second
Lanham,
and 1 now from the 19-yard line. Nice carry. Hellriegel now. He's been at the line of scrimmage. Barton in the slot. Hellriegel's going to keep it. Has the first down for Carterville. That'll move the change, and Hellriegel slammed back as the ball finally catches up with him. That's going to be enough for a Carterville first down.
just keep the clock moving.
Yep.
We're going to dip under 4 minutes before this next play is run.
Met by a host of Red Devils at the line. Dayton Hoffman leading the charge.
Well, now they're marking it third down.
That was
how about
not a good spot.
measurement?
Maybe now they are going to measure. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For installs or repairs, they do call the first down finally. You can get a hold of Charlie's Air Conditioning this season. Call 985-2502. First down for the Lions.
Is that what they call a Bronx cheer from the Carterville sideline when they finally picked up the markers and moved them?
Hey, nice crowd by the Lions over on the far side. Didn't mention that. Great crowd here for Murphy. Beautiful night for football in a beautiful Doc Bensini field here in Murphysboro. First and 10 from the 18 for the Lions. Now Hellriegel. Snap. Keeps it. Spins his way to about the 15-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3. Second down and 7 now for Carterville.
You just keep waiting. When are they going to throw the ball? Are they going to throw the ball? Are they going to get the ball on the ground to run clock?
Well, who will it be of the Killer Bees? Will it be Townsend Barton? Will it be Blake Berkey? Or will it be Peyton Biddle?
Take your pick, because I like any of those three.
We'll find out. 2:50 remaining. Hellriegel gives it to Ethan Lanham. Lanham battles his way through the line up to about the 2-yard line where he's dropped. Carterville's going to have first and goal from the 2.
On the stop for Murphysboro.
When you need a few yards,
First and goal, Carterville from
you don't
the 30.
necessarily need a game breaker. You just give the ball to Mr. Lanham. He's going to get you those tough yards. That's exactly what he did.
First and goal from the 3 for the Lions. 2 receivers near side. That is Berkey and Peyton Biddle, but they give to Lanham the 3-yard touchdown run by Carterville's Ethan Lanham.
And give credit to Carterville's offensive line on these 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They have dominated, and Carterville is up 23-7.
Carterville fans cheer from the far sideline. 23-7 Carterville. Ludenbacher on for the extra point. Andrew Hellriegel with the hold. Perfect snap, hold, kick, good. Lions lead it 24-7 here at Murphysboro. 2:19 left in the third quarter. Stay with us. Lions football continues on News Radio WJPF. Yep. Everybody watching online, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good night. 24-7, the Lions lead it as they kick it away. Squib kick on the ground is finally covered up at about the 26-yard line by Murphysboro, and that's where they'll have it. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils.
Right now, everything Carterville's doing is right.
Herring on the kick recovery for Murphysboro.
Carterville actually had the ball flat on the ground when he kicked it.
Like a watermelon kick.
Yeah, I mean, he kicked it. It hit. It skipped downfield, hit one of the up backs, and then one of the other backs had to fall on it. So,
what do you expect from Murphy here?
I'm not going to say because I thought they would have already opened things up, but I think now when you're down by 17, you don't go totally away from the running game, but you've got to start airing the ball. You got to start airing it out.
2:18 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 24-7 the score. Caldwell gives it to his fullback. Carterville's D is right there. Jordan Cordes leading the way defensively. Peyton Biddle, in there to disrupt the play. And it's going to be a loss on the carry by Murphy.
Bradford, Jones, and on the stop. There's a couple of candidates for star of the game.
Absolutely. We'll have our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game coming up. No gain on that play by Murphy. 2nd and 10 from the 27. Caldwell. They only put one man out as a receiver to the right side, but they do move the jet back. Caldwell looks to throw, drops back, just flings it down the middle, incomplete. Carterville had great coverage out there. Was Blake Berkey for the Lions.
And that's a tough throw to make. He's having to throw across his body deep downfield, and it just didn't have enough steam on it to get it to his receiver.
This Lions broadcast brought to you by IBEW Local 702. Providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all, and proud supporters of Carterville Lions Sports, IBEW Local 702. Coming up, we're going to have our Bank of Heron post-game report. As Scott mentioned, we'll name our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. Carterville leads it, though, 24-7. Minute and a half remaining in the 3rd. Caldwell looks to throw. Carries, now just throws it up over the head of everybody. Intended receiver for Murphysboro was Zach Noss. But
well, I will say this, Dave. Caldwell does not look comfortable throwing the ball. And maybe that's why, they don't.
Yeah.
He just doesn't look comfortable when he has to throw the ball.
So now, 3rd and 10 for the 27. If Lions could get the stop here, that would be huge.
Got to watch for the fake.
Excuse me, it's 4th and 10. Peyton Biddle breaks back. They're going to kick this one away. And Biddle takes it at the 34-yard line. Gets grabbed from behind, and he's brought down right at the 40-yard line, and that's where the Lions will start.
If Murphysboro had another fake punt in mind, it probably wasn't going to happen after the ball skipped back to the punter.
No.
He just had to hurry up and pick it up and get rid of it before it got blocked.
No, let's see if
let me tell you, in high school, my freshman year and my sophomore year, I was the punter. One year I remember playing down at Harrisburg. Had the snap go over my head. There is not a more
lonely feeling in the
lonely
world.
and nightmarish feeling running back knowing that there are guys coming after you as soon as you pick the ball up.
We'll try to update some scores as we go along here. The remainder of the game from around Southern Illinois. Carterville's ball, though, 1st and 10 from the 41. Hellriegel just lobs that one up, and it was picked off by Murphysboro. Just what you don't need. And on the pick for the Red Devils is Hartz. And he's brought down at the 45-yard line, and Townsend Barton slow to get up, but he finally does get to his feet. But that is not what the Lions needed.
Yeah, the Lions were going for the kill shot on the first play after the punt by Murphysboro. Hellriegel had a lot of time to throw the ball, but he zeroed in on Barton. And the ball just stayed up in the air too long, and Barton, even with the size advantage, could not wrestle it away from the Murphysboro defender.
Definitely not what you need when you're trying to close out a ball game. But Murphy, maybe that was able to breathe a little life into the Red Devils. Caldwell rolls out, has pressure, throws, and it's incomplete. Nice job by that D line getting through, putting pressure. It was a designed rollout by Caldwell, but the D was able to make the play.
Yeah, good pressure by Carterville on that play.
Charlie Howerton providing pressure in the backfield for Carterville. 2nd and 10 for your Red Devils.
I think that was Bryce Smith, number 13, who was in on the quarterback.
2nd down and 10 from the 47. Murphy to the jet back out to about the 30, to the 43-yard line. First down for Murphy.
And that's one reason you don't go totally away from the run, because when you do start to throw the ball, then the defense thinks, okay, pass, and then with Murphysboro speed, they can break off a nice run.
1st and 10 from the Carterville 43 for the Red Devils. Caldwell, it's the fullback, carries it out across the 40, brought down from behind by Lions defense, and on the carry, it was Devin Clemens. Good first down run, a gain of about 6. It's going to leave 2nd and 4.
Now Bradford with the stop. This will be the last play of the 3rd quarter if they get it off.
From the 37-yard line. And they do not. That's how we end the 3rd quarter. 24-7 is the score. 4th quarter action is coming up on News Radio WJPF. (24-7), the Lions lead Murphysboro here as we start play in the 4th quarter. Murphy has it. 2nd and 4. Caldwell. And a whistle.
And Murphysboro's got to take a timeout. That could prove costly
this line
late in this game.
Absolutely. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Farm Fresh at Carterville. Support comes from Farm Fresh at Carterville, your source for ethically produced and pasture-raised beef, lamb, pork, chicken, and more. From DeVelly Sheep Farm in Elkville, go Lions. Updating some scores from around Southern Illinois. It's DuQuoin leading Heron 13-10. Was the last score we had there. Oh, I hit the wrong button and I got to start over. And we'll get to those in a minute. That's
all right.
what happens when you hit the wrong button on your computer. Murphysboro rolls to his left. Caldwell looks to throw. Carterville's got pressure on him. He's going to keep it, puts his head down. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Nice job by the defensive backs. Nobody opened up out to take that pass from Caldwell.
Yeah, again, the quarterback Caldwell rolls to his left, which if he has to throw, he's going to have to turn and throw or throw on the run. Good coverage downfield by Biddle and Barton to not allow Caldwell to have anybody to throw to.
So it's 3rd and 6.
And they're in 4-down territory now. I mean, you're down 17.
Absolutely.
You're going to go for it. So Carterville's got to stop them on 2 consecutive plays.
From the 39 for the Red Devils, Caldwell puts his man in motion. He's going to inside handoff, and that's the second time that's played. Right straight up the gut, and going to be a 39-yard touchdown run by Devin Clemens.
That's the only play that's really worked for Carterville or for Murphysboro tonight, and Carterville's been fooled on it 2 times now. And that gets Murphysboro right back in this game, so they take advantage of the Carterville turnover. And they're an extra point away from being down by 10.
So Murphy cuts the lead 24-13. Trail by 11. For the extra point, the snap, the kick, the hold and the kick is good. So it's a 10-point game with 11:46 remaining. It is 24-14 Lions. Stay with us. More Lions football coming up on News Radio WJPF. (24-14) the score here at Murphysboro. Scott Hudson, what may be the game of the week, as you would expect. That game between Fairfield and Johnston City tied at 20 in the third. Onside kick is recovered by Murphysboro.
Wow.
Caught Carterville sleeping on special teams, and Murphy, after the 59-yard touchdown run, they get the ball back, executing a perfectly played onside kick.
That ball was probably about a
First and 10, Red Devils from the Carterville 46.
blade of grass away from going out of bounds. I thought it may have hit White. The official who was right there didn't see it that way. And Carterville was caught napping.
So after scoring the touchdown, cutting the lead to 10, Murphy has the ball back. So Carterville's defense asks again to make a big stop, and timeout taken by, it looks like Coach Geralds and Coach Wakey. They want to talk to their defense as they come out. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be back. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. .45 remaining in the contest here at Murphysboro. Red Devils have the football, and Carterville had a timeout called by Coach Gerald's Coach Wakey. Talk to their defense. Need a Big stop here by this Lions defense. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils from the 46-yard line. Caldwell, snap, he's gonna throw. Throws it down the middle, picked off, almost picked off. Blake Berkey had it hit right in his hands. He couldn't bring it in. A perfect opportunity to get the ball back, but it falls incomplete for the Red Devils.
2nd and 10 for your Red Devils.
Blake Berkey has made some of the toughest catches this year of any wide receiver. He will not get an easier throw to him than that one. And it almost, when it went behind him, almost fell right into the hands of the receiver who dove for it. I mean, that would have been double disaster.
And double handoff by Murphysboro is on the carry. It's Ethan Finke. And a big first down for Murphysboro. And gotta say, Scott Hudson, momentum right now with the Red Devils.
Yeah, you go back to the ill-advised throw from Hell Regal to Barton that got picked off. That changed the complexion of this game. Carterville had all the momentum. Murphysboro's defense was gassed. And Carterville's let them right back in the game.
And new life for the Red Devils. Look at that moon out above. What a beautiful moon here at Doc Mancini Field. This pass from Caldwell is incomplete.
Caldwell pass incomplete.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 now for the Lions. Excuse me, the Red Devils from the 31-yard line. Coach Brett Dial asking for his Carterville defense to make the stop here.
Still 11:08 to go in the game.
Long time left in this game. Plenty of time. Ball from at the far hash. Again, Murphy brings just one receiver down to the near side. Got to stay honest on him. Jet back though. Now the inside handoff once again, and right there to bust that one up for Carterville was linebacker. Believe that was Ivan Jones that stepped up and popped.
And Bradford was also in on the tackle. Let's see, there is a flag on the play. It's right where the tackle was made, and Carterville's backing up.
Face mask on the Lions.
Wow.
Huge penalty.
Carterville has not had a lot of penalties tonight.
No.
And it's not necessarily how many, but when they happen. And that was a killer.
So it'll be 1st and 10. 15-yard penalty puts the ball at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to say 2nd and short.
Actually, it was just a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, or actually going to say 3rd and short.
Go for the play, 3rd and an inch.
3rd. 1st down and more for Murphysboro.
Devon Clemens, the ball carrier.
So 1st down after the nice run by Clemens, the ball carrier.
For Red Devils, 1st down.
It is going to be from the 16-yard line now. Carterville still has a 10-point lead, but they need a big defensive stop here. 10:30 remaining in the game. Caldwell puts his man in motion. Gives it to the jet back. That is Calvin Clemens. Littleton, just a short gain for Clemens.
Miller and Cordes on the tackle for Carterville.
Miller on the stop for Carterville.
End of 3, DuQuoin leads Heron 13-10.
2nd and 8 from the 14.
Let that clock run.
9:50 remaining. Murphy taking their time. Snap. Throws it out, far side, falls incomplete as the intended receiver was Ethan Finke. Finke heard the footsteps behind him. He couldn't control the ball and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I think he turned his head also before it got there. He was looking to run before he had the ball. So that brings up third and about 9. If you're Carterville, you got to be careful about that little slip handoff, because that's the only time Murphysboro scored tonight on the same play.
And this is an opportune time to run it. 3rd and 8 from the 14. They give it to Clemens, touchdown. 14-yard touchdown run. That is Calvin Clemens on the carry.
Well, we have us a ball game now.
Yeah, we do.
And it really shouldn't be. Carterville, that 24-7 lead, had all the momentum. Could have really put this game away with another long drive that ended in a touchdown. But a turnover has changed this game in a hurry.
.9:32 on the clock. 24-20 for the extra point. The kick is good, and it's a 3-point game now. 24-21 is the score. Stay with us. Let's find out how this thing ends. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Three-point ball game. The Lions lead at 24-21. 9:32 remaining in the contest. And if I'm Brett Dial, say watch for the onside kick, and they're doing just that. They have 5 eyes looking for the onside. And they try it again. Carterville recovers it right at the 50-yard line, and a nice job there by Carterville to get the football back. And great field position at the 50.
I didn't think with 9:30 to go in the 4th that Murphysboro would do that again. But Carterville's been given great field position right at the 50-yard line.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Rob's Pit Barbecue, near the corner of Route 13 and 148. Hours are Monday through Sunday from 10:30 until 8 p.m. Lions football, chance to extend this 3-point lead as Murphy's clawed their way back into the game. It's 24-21. Carterville needs points. Hellriegel. It's been a while since we've seen this offense by the Lions, as it's the give to Lanham. And the ball is out.
Oh,
no, they're going to say he was down. No, they're going to say it's Murphysboro.
Wow. Lanham fumbles at midfield. This has just gone south in a hurry.
So Murphysboro will get the ball back with 9:25 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Wow. Just did not see this happening. Just did not see this coming. So defense, defense, defense for the Lions, 24-21. Also, don't forget about...
There's a hold that's not called.
And the carry is going to be a first down carry from Kevon Clemens.
I don't know if it's Carterville's defensive tackle or defensive end on the right side was given a bear hug. And there was no call. Doesn't matter. It's first down, Murphysboro.
They take it out to the 37-yard line. First and 10 from the 37. Murphy taking their time as the clock rolls, under 9 minutes to play. You also got to think back to previous possession. Blake Berkey dropping that,
yes, the interception.
That interception possibility. That could have stopped the flow of the game for Murphy. Double handoff inside to about the 35-yard line. Carterville sniffs it out and a big stop. Gets it up to about the 35-yard line, but man, all 6 or 8 of those linemen and linebackers were right there to make the stop.
Yeah, Jones was in on that stop. Bradford, we've called their names a lot tonight.
Gain of 2, the ball at the 35-yard line.
Be third, no.
Second and 8.
Yeah, wishful thinking.
8 minutes remaining. Carterville's defense, can't say it enough, needs a big stop. And a turnover would be even better. Caldwell, he'll throw, stops, cuts. Carterville gets pressure. He just throws it. Picked off. Carterville Lions over on the far sideline. And I believe that may be Townsend Burton on the pick.
Oh, what a much needed turnover for Carterville. I think it was Barton. Caldwell going to his right, getting pressure from behind. I don't know who he's throwing it to because nobody was open. And so Carterville stops the momentum, at least for a moment.
Oh, what a perfect timing. And Carterville needed that in the worst way. They have it with 7:37 remaining in the game. First and 10 from the 43. Hellriegel gives it to Lanham once again, and he's brought down, and it's going to be a loss of 1, bringing up 2nd and 11 now from the 44.
Well, we've watched Murphysboro bring at least 2 linebackers on every play in this game. They're going to bring probably all 3, maybe a safety up. They're guessing Carterville's going to try to run this ball.
Berkey and Peyton Biddle, the receivers to the near side. Fans stop at their feet, and a flag is going to stop the play, and it's going to be, looks like maybe a motion penalty on the Lions. False start. Going to back him up. Bringing up 2nd and 16 now from the 39.
And Dave, we've seen this in all 3 weeks from Carterville. These are what I call unforced errors. Guys just a little jittery, jumping before they should, and it's costing Carterville.
Ball is at the 37-yard line. As Hellriegel carries it out far side, out near midfield. And that's going to bring up a manageable 3rd down and about 4 for Carterville.
Yeah, and he stayed in bounds, which is even more important.
Yes, it is. 6:40 remaining in the game. 24-21. Lions nursing a 3-point lead here at Doc Benzini Field in Murphysboro. 3rd and 5 for the Lions.
And what really hurts, there is no play clock, so Hellriegel's going to have to look at the back judge to get the countdown when there's 5 seconds left.
3rd and 5 for the Lions. Hellriegel gives it to his running back. It's going to be about a yard short as it
Where
was
the spot is, he's
Nolan
got
Hartford.
the first down.
Yep.
Where that spot is, he has the first down.
And that is a generous spot.
Yes.
First down for the Carterville Lions. Will move the chains.
Oh, how big was that?
First down. I was going to say, guys, come on. We can see it from here.
Yeah, it's on the, what, it'd be the 47.
Yep.
That's where the marker's at. What are you measuring?
First down, Carterville.
5:49 remaining here in the game. As it's Hellriegel that keeps it, cuts it up to the outside, down enough for a first down and more for the Lions as it's out to about the 36-yard line. Nice carry by Andrew Hellriegel.
Hellriegel skipping and scooting to the outside.
Yes, he was.
And he got a big first down. The clock continues to run. Well, actually, they've stopped the clock.
To move the chains, but they'll reset. The ball is at the 36 of Murphysboro. That was a big run right there. First and 10. Clock rolls now. Carterville can take a little bit of time. They'll look back at the back judge. Snap. Hellriegel's going to keep it. Putting his team on his shoulders here on this drive. And he's been huge as he picks up about 4, maybe 5 on the carry. Second down and 5 for the Lions.
Well, the Murphysboro coaches are complaining about something, but now we got a timeout by official timeout. Oh, got a Murphysboro
got an
player
injured player down. We're going to take a 30-second break. Carterville has the football and a 3-point lead with 4:40 remaining here at Murphysboro on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Back at Murphysboro, it's Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. The injured player for Murphysboro was Tyreek Faggins. As he comes to the near sideline just below us here, gets a nice little round of applause from the Murphy fans on this home team sideline. Set the stage for you. 4:40 remaining in the game. Carterville at one point led it 24-7.
at the start of the fourth.
At the start of the fourth, and what a fourth it's been for Murphysboro. They've cut the lead 24-21. 4:40 remaining, but Carterville has the ball, and they have it second down and 5 from the 32 of Murphysboro. Start the clock.
Yeah, the officials are saying start the clock, but they're not starting the clock.
Start the clock.
Yeah, the clock isn't starting. They've made the motion to start the clock. There we go.
Now everybody's set. 4:20 remaining. The snap, and it's the give to Hartford. Up the middle. Wow, he just scampered his way so fast through the hole. Another big first down for the Lions.
We haven't called his name a lot tonight, but Hartford's made a couple of nice runs. None bigger than that one that gets the ball inside the red zone and another Carterville first down.
Down to the 20-yard line. He hit that hole so fast, and that's how you have to do it.
And with Murphysboro bringing those backers, Dave, if you can get to that hole quickly, you're going to have some open space to run.
Yes, indeed. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson here at Murphysboro, 24-21. Carterville taking their time. 3:40 remaining in the game. Hellriegel from the shotgun takes the snap, gives it to Hartford again. He just keeps the legs churning, gets stacked up and pushed back, but not after picking up about 5 yards on the carry.
And Murphysboro's got another player down.
But the clock rolls on, and right now that's what the Lions need. And a penalty on top of that. I didn't see the flag.
I didn't either.
And it's going to add 5 more yards, so it puts the ball at the...
Well, I think that's where his momentum was stopped.
That may have been.
I think that's where his momentum
Second
was
and 5 now from the 15-yard line. You're exactly right, Scott Hudson. Good eye. Hawkeye.
Why is this clock stopped?
3 wide. As it's the carry out inside the 10-yard line.
Hartford, the ball carrier. Lane Mills on the stop for the Red Devils.
24-21. Can't see where the ball is.
It's at about the
There
9.
it is, about the 9-yard line. First and goal from the 9. For your Carterville Lions. Hellriegel has Hartford on his right hip in the backfield. The snap, the give to Hartford. Gets behind his guard, falls forward for a couple, down to about the 6-yard line, and a timeout is taken by Carterville Lions with 2:08 remaining, stopping the clock.
Now Carterville's got second and goal from about the 7. They've fed Hartford the last 4 or 5 plays. Look for Hellriegel to maybe pull the ball out of his gut, maybe try to take it himself, because right now they're keying on Hartford.
Let's update some scores from around Southern Illinois. DuQuoin leads Heron 13-10. That is in the third quarter, last score we had. Salem leading Harrisburg 28-14. Sasser-Valier leading Carmi-White County 28-24. Also, Hamco shutting out Edwards County. Westland over, or excuse me, Nashville wins 42-8 over Westland. And Flora beats El Dorado 35-14. I want to update that Johnston City score. We'll do that coming up here in just a couple minutes. Carterville's football. First and goal from the 7. Hellriegel. It's the give to Townsend Barton. Tries to get it to the outside. Cuts it inside, and he's popped it. Did I see a flag come in?
There is a flag, and that's in the area where you normally get a holding penalty. Carterville just cannot keep from shooting themselves in the foot. And it is holding against Carterville. And that, the play went to the left. The hold was in the middle, which makes it even more disastrous.
3 or 4 times here. Key plays where the Lions have had a penalty that stopped their momentum. So they're going to put the ball back at the 17-yard line.
First to go from the 17.
Second down from the 17. Hellriegel's going to keep it.
Hellriegel, quarterback keeper.
Falls forward for just a couple with 1:54, and a timeout is taken by the Murphysboro Red Devils. We'll pause for 30 seconds. 24-21, Lions football here on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Don't forget, coming up, we got our Bank of Heron post-game report. We'll name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game and recap the game, update scores from around Southern Illinois, and don't forget about Sports Voice tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock with Murph and Hudson. I'll step in at 9 o'clock to join in with the boys. We'll name the week 3 high school football team of the week.
Interesting situation here. Carterville 3rd and goal from the 17. I think Carterville will probably go for it on 4th down if they don't get it here, because it's going to force Murphysboro to use their last timeout if they have any left at all.
Minute 54.
And now
1:58 on the clock.
Brett Dial's not happy about that. Why are they putting 4 seconds back on the clock?
Exactly.
Okay, whatever. Hometown cooking.
1:58 is put back on the clock. So it is a huge play. 3rd down and 7 for the Lions. Hellriegel looks toward Coach Brett Dial. They bring 2 receivers to the near side, in Barton and in Biddle. And timeout is taken by head coach Brett Dial from the far sideline. And that's not exactly what you was wanting to see from the Lions, coming out of a timeout.
Yeah, well, the clock was already stopped, so it's not like the clock's running.
So you just wasted a timeout is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think at this point, yeah, you wasted a timeout. You still have 2 left. I don't think, hopefully for Carterville, those 2 timeouts are going to play big with only 1:58 left. We shall see. But it's going to be an interesting play call here. They've called Berkey's name tonight. They've called Barton's. They've called Biddle's. Which one of those guys, or is it somebody else that comes up big? I look for Carterville. I actually look for Carterville to throw the ball here, but I look for it to be one of those high percentage passes. I don't know that they'll go into the end zone. I think if they go for it on 4th down, that's when you might see them go to the end zone. But at this point, on 3rd down, I think they just would like to get it a little bit more manageable. But this will be an interesting play call either way.
3rd and goal from the 17 after the holding penalty. Now everybody resets. Fans on the near side stomping their feet on the bleachers here at Doc Bensini Field. Martin in motion. The give to Hartford. And he stopped after a gain of about 4, so it's going to bring up the 4th down play for the Carterville Lions.
Murphysboro must be out of timeouts.
The clock continues to roll. Minute 37 on the clock. Carterville can take off, 35 seconds? 35-second play
Honestly,
clock?
Dave, I wouldn't be surprised if Carterville takes all the time and calls another timeout. I believe that's what Coach Dahl's going to do. He's going to run this clock down as far as he can.
4th down and 13.
Obviously, some people in the stands don't understand the play clock since there's not one.
Yeah.
They're like, come on, let's go.
1 minute remaining. And Carterville does take the timeout. Let's update some scores from around Southern Illinois. Scott Hudson, Johnston City, in the 4th quarter leads Fairfield 28-20.
Wow.
So
Well,
that's a candidate for high
there you
school
go.
football
There's
team of the
a
week.
candidate high school team of the week. This is a litmus test for the Indians. They knew they had a good team. Last year they didn't play Fairfield. They had a good team last year as well. Well, this was their chance to prove to everybody that, hey, there might be a new champion in the Black Diamond, and so far so good.
DuQuoin beating the Heron Tigers 26-17. That's in the 4th. Marion knocked off or is knocking off Highland 42-28. And it's 24-21 Carterville here with 62 seconds remaining and a 3-point lead, 24-21. After the timeout called by Carterville's head coach Brett Dial, the Lions approach the line of scrimmage. They bring Barton and Biddle near side.
Look for Hellriegel to maybe roll out to his right, and he's got the option of running or throwing to one of his two wideouts.
Hellriegel looks to throw, finds Biddle. Touchdown, Carterville Lions! Oh, what a shot from Andrew Hellriegel to Peyton Biddle. He caught it at the 3, shook off the defender, walked his way into the end zone, and Carterville extends this lead 30-21. Wow!
Ice water in Hellriegel's veins. That was a quick hitter to Biddle. Much the same play we saw up at Benton a few weeks ago. What a catch by Biddle. He had to make a defender miss. He wasn't in the end zone when he caught the ball. He had to make a defender miss, and he got in. And that, my friends, might be all she wrote.
57 seconds. The extra point is good by Carterville. And now it is 30-21. Carterville extends the lead. 31-21, excuse me. Stay with us. 57 seconds remain in the game. We'll pause for 30 seconds. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. All right. (31-21) the score. Carterville scores on the 13-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Hellriegel to Peyton Biddle. And so Carterville, there must have been a penalty because they backed him up on the kickoff.
Could have been celebration penalty,
Might have
maybe.
been.
That's
Might have been.
sportsmanlike.
So with 57 seconds, it's a 10-point lead. Murphy is out of timeouts. So doing the kicking for Carterville is going to be Burke Lang. The ball from the 25. It's the squib kick, and it's squibbed all the way out past midfield before it's finally knocked out of bounds. And yeah, they're lucky Carterville wasn't right there. It could have been a live ball.
I don't know if one of the upbacks touched that. If they didn't, why didn't that guy not let the ball go out of bounds? And they could have made Carterville kick it over again. But I don't know. The ball may have been touched, but from here it didn't look like it.
1st and 10 now from the 44 for Coach Gary Carter and the Murphysboro Red Devils. Don't forget, Carterville will host DuQuoin next Friday night at home. And then that'll kick off conference play for the Lions. Carterville can hang on here. They would push their record to 2-1. Caldwell, the give to his jetback. That is Clemens, brings it near side where he's popped out of bounds. And enough for a Murphysboro first down. And it stops the clock, most importantly for Murphysboro.
Yeah, they only took Can't believe that play only took 5 seconds, but
for Red Devil, first down.
it
First
did.
and 10 from now the 46 of Carterville. "51 seconds on the clock." As we said, the clock stopped. They'll be running it to the sidelines, whether it's near side or far side. They need to stop the clock. Caldwell from the shotgun. Up the middle on the dive and dropped right there is Devon Clemens.
Ivan Jones on the stop for Carterville.
Ivan Jones on the stop.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 from the 44. Caldwell rolls to his right, looks to throw. Fakes, dropped right there at midfield, and a penalty.
What's the penalty?
Caldwell on the quarterback keeper.
A flag from the
Devin
ref.
Walker on the stop for Carterville. There is a flag on
What
the play.
could possibly be the penalty there?
I don't know. We're going to find
Unless
out.
it was a hold. Holding
Yeah.
Murphysboro. So that's going to back him up just a little bit further with 26 seconds left in the game. Carterville, that 10-point lead.
You know, this is one of those growing moments, especially for a young team like Carterville with a lot of juniors. You had the game all but one. You let it slip out of your hands, but you found a way to win the game. And that's one of those learning moments. It's one of those teaching moments. And it looks like they're going to come away with a big victory here at Murphysboro.
Absolutely. 2nd and 18 from their own 41. Red Devils. Caldwell, that inside handoff, put the ball behind his back and just juked out the defenders at the line of scrimmage. This is going to be short of the first down, and that ends the game. 31-21 is the final score. Your Carterville Lions beat the Murphysboro Red Devils. Stay with us. The Bank of Heron post-game show is coming up on News Radio WJPF.
Back in action right here next Friday, September 17th, taking on the Patriots from Massac County. Again, Red Devils back in action right here next Friday, September 17th, taking on the Massac County Patriots.
(31-21) the final score from Doc Bensini Field in Murphysboro, Illinois. The Carterville Lions hold on to win and pick up win number 2 of the season, Scott Hudson.
Yeah, and it's a big win, and it's one of the biggest wins that Coach Dial has had, maybe the biggest win since he came back as head coach. You know, you're going on the road against a team that's averaging 36 points a game, and you win the game 31-21. And really, quite honestly, Dave, it should not even have been that close. But Carterville gave the ball back on a pass interception. Murphysboro scores. Then Murphysboro does the onside kick. They get it back, but then the ball should have been intercepted by Burke. He drops it. Murphysboro goes in and scores. You're like, uh-oh, But then Carterville had one of those long drives. Well, actually, they got the ball, I think, at around midfield because they tried an onside kick again. But they did what they had to do. They took time off the clock, and then on 4th and goal from about the, 15?
Yep, 13.
13, Hellriegel with a strike, a bullet to Peyton Biddle, and that sealed the win for Carterville.
31-21 at the end of the first half. Carterville led it 10-7, and Lions got the football to start the second half. They had deferred the kick to the second half, and it was a 2-yard touchdown run by Hellriegel that extended that lead to 17-7. That with 8:47 remaining in the third. There was a fumble by Murphysboro. Carterville recovered, and they converted on it, a 3-yard touchdown run by Lanham, and that pushed the lead to 24-7 with 2:19 remaining in the third. And actually, as we end the third quarter, Carterville held on to that 24-7 lead. But it was Murphysboro that went and scored on a 39-yard run, inside handoff to Devin Lanham for the Red Devils. And they cut the lead to 10, 24-14. Murphy then kicked the onside kick and recovered, and they go on to score a 14-yard touchdown run from Calvin Clemens. And with 9:32 remaining, it was a 3-point game, 24-21. But then Murphysboro gets the ball back, and a fumble, and Lanham recovers for the Lions, Lanham recovers, or fumbles the ball. There we go. I'm getting my notes all mixed up here. Carterville gets the ball back, and they go down and score with 57 seconds remaining, and they win this game 31-21.
Big win, big win. I mean, you lose in week 1 to Benton. That's a tough game to play week 1 against a very good Benton team. But then you have to come here and play a very good Murphysboro team. Obviously, now you're above 500. You're 2-1. Now you're going home. Now you're going home to play DuQuoin, a team that you can't take for granted, but it's a very winnable game. So Carterville has set themselves up to really go on a winning streak here, and we'll see what happens, but big win here tonight.
Pretty touching moment right now for our Carterville Lions, and we mentioned it during the game. Looks like the team right now in a moment of prayer after their talk with Coach Brett Dial. And again, just a reminder that Carterville lost player Eli Morse, lost his father to COVID yesterday morning, and Eli, a big part of this line for the Carterville Lions. And it seems like as a team that really brought them together, but a special moment as a team coming together in prayer after getting the win over Murphysboro. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue on our Bank of Heron postgame report here on News Radio WJPF. Yep. What do you think? Hellriegel?
I tell you what, I don't care, but Jones and Bradford's names were mentioned a lot tonight defensively.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they gave up 21, but that was in 14 of that was in the second half when they had momentum. I mean, I know you can't give it to everybody. You got to pick one. I don't know. I mean,
my thought was that last drive.
Right.
Hellriegel just put him on his back.
Yeah.
Drove him down the field.
Works for me.
That was my. But I mean.
Works for me.
Can you hit that button? Hit that power button on that thermometer. 31-21, the final score at Murphysboro. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, where we're going to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal Star of the Game. Our nominees are?
I think nominees, you got to look at Ivan Jones, Riley Bradford, Zachariah Miller. That interior, that defensive line for Carterville played a very, very good game tonight. Also, I think you got to look at Hellriegel. Had the game-winning drive. As you said earlier, he kind of put the Lions on his back that last drive, made that pinpoint pass to Biddle for the game-clinching touchdown. I thought, Barton also had a very good game. I thought, Berkey had a good game. I mean, you go a lot of places, but I'm going to let you pick this one because it's too tough for me.
You do that every single time, Scott Hudson, but I think I'm going to have to go with Andrew Hellriegel tonight as our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal Star of the Game, and that comes down to that final drive. Carterville needed points on the board, and Hellriegel put him on his back and made some big key runs on that final drive to extend that lead back to 31-21. We're going to go. We could go several different ways, as we said, but I think we're going to go with Andrew Hellriegel, our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal Star of the Game. Owned and operated by Joe and Lindsay McCann of Carterville. For over 20 years, they specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, tree trimming, snow removal. They'll do all sorts of stuff. You can get a hold of them at 618-534-8148 for Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal. Andrew Hellriegel is our Joe's Star of the Game, and joining us on the post-game show, head coach Brett Dial, 31-21. That's a win, buddy.
This is a very tough place to play. This is a tough team to come on the road tonight, and with some of the adversity we've had this week and some of the things we've had to deal with within our team, with some kids being gone and just a little bit of, just really our thoughts are with the Morris family, and it was tough on our kids all week long the last couple of days, and we've really made a lot of strides as a team, and I'm proud of the win, but I'm more proud of how we came together over the last 48 hours and supported each other and took care of our big guy that's not here tonight.
Absolutely, and what a tough place to play, like you said, but you get the 24/7 lead. And
then I made a boneheaded call. I mean, I'm telling you right now. I mean, it just, I got greedy, and this is the inexperience, and that I have, as a head coach. I mean, I'm 3 years in, and I got a little bit too cocky, and that's probably been
for the kill shot.
That's been a problem of mine, and I get it. I mean, I understand that, and we thought we had something. They rolled a safety over. I should have called a timeout because I made an adjustment on the coverage, and I didn't. Pushed it, and I put our kids in a terrible position, and that was completely on me. I took the momentum right out of our hands, gave it to them. That was a mistake, and they rode it for a while, and then Towney came up with a huge play and just took it right back for us. And then that final drive, I don't know if it was like 6-7 minute drive, I think, where our kids really got off the football and took over and decided they wanted to go ahead and finish it off and win it, and that's what we did.
Coach, this Murphysboro team came into this game averaging about 36 points a game, and I thought your defense was very good tonight, especially against the run. We heard names like Bradford, Jones, Walker, Miller all night long, stopping that vaunted Murphysboro running game. Yeah, they got 2 touchdowns on that on the same play, inside handoff, but I thought that defense, especially on the front and the linebackers, played very well tonight.
If you take those, and it was the same play that they hit for 2 big scores, a little, the wraparound draw play we hadn't seen run for a couple of years. We know they have it, and we didn't work it, and that's our, that's our fault in the preparation. It was great calls by Coach, and you take those 2 away, the little wraparound draw, and I thought we were very, very good defensively. I thought we were very physical up front. I saw Ivan making a lot of big hits tonight. I thought his secondary played well and rolled and got to where they needed to go. And I'm real proud. I mean, we gave up 21 points, but they had the ball there 3 possessions in a row. Without us running a play really. So they got some momentum. They rode it, and we did a nice job of stopping it. So,
Coach, this is a big win. Looking at DuQuoin coming at home, you start conference play. next week. I mean, this could be a good carryover game into next week.
Yeah, it gets a lot easier, doesn't it? I mean, but our kids have put themselves in a big position. You come out in the first 3 games and you go 2-1. Kind of rode the Ohio there, Benton, Heron, and Murphy, and come out with a 2-1 record and put ourselves in a really good position. Now, my focus now is all on DeCoin, but really I'm looking at the next 3. The next 3 being DeCoin and Nashville, and I'd like to get at least 2 of those. We can continue to just win the series. We'll get ourselves in a position to have a playoff game. And, if we ever can sweep one of those 3-game series, whether it's the middle or the back end, we may get a home playoff game, which is the ultimate goal. So we just got to continue to take care of one team at a time and just give ourselves a chance to win. And I know it'll be happening at our place next week with homecoming, and I think the crowd's going to be excited. They got a pretty good product out there, and we need all the support we can get. We're having a lot of fun right now.
Coach, when you look at your schedule, I thought your toughest games this year were going to be on the road. Benton, here in Murphysboro, at AJ, and at Nashville. This was a signature win by your club. They have improved each week on both sides of the ball, but I thought this is a win that should tell your kids, hey, we are as good as advertised.
Well, I mean, it's more the fact that I think Murphysboro is a really good program and have had a lot of success, and they're extremely well coached. And for us to come over here and really not play, we played well, but I don't think offensively. I'm talking defensively. I thought we played very well. Offensively, I thought we were just okay, and we scored 31 points. So I think that this team has the ability to really blow up and have big nights, and but to come on the road and score 31 against a good Murphysboro team, I'll take it. And like I said, with the road win on this schedule, man, it's like gold. So we're pleased as can be.
31-21, the final score. The Lions get the win on the road at Doc Bensini Field over a tough Murphysboro Red Devil. And Coach, please forward our condolences to the Morse family. I know there's going to be a tough couple of days coming up.
Sure.
But, our thoughts and prayers are with them, and to the boys for saw the little moment there at the very end.
It's a tight group of kids. It's a very tight group. They're hurting right now, and they miss their teammate, and they Daryl was a staple at a lot of these events, so these kids they're hurting. So I'm glad we finished it off for them.
Coach Brett Dow joining us on our post-game show. Carterville gets the win over Murphysboro, 31-21. And Scott Hudson, you can hear this is a team that's hurting and didn't really know how they it's like Coach said about practice yesterday. It could have been a good day to have a bad day at practice, and they didn't. The same thing could be said about this game tonight. It could have been a good day to have a bad game here tonight, and they didn't. They get the 10-point win.
Yeah, it was an emotional game for a lot of different reasons. One, obviously the passing of Mr. Morris, and then the big game here on the road against a good Murphysboro team. And you really just don't know what you're going to get week to week from 16, 17-year-old kids.
Sure.
Regardless if everything's going fine. Now they had to face some adversity off the field, especially they're going to face some adversity, obviously, on the field against Murphysboro. But as Coach said, this is a very tight group. They pull for each other. A lot of these guys have played together since they were in grade school. This is a very tight-knit group, and I think for them to do what they did tonight with everything that's on their minds speaks volumes about this team, these kids, and that coaching staff.
We'll take our final break here on our Bank of Heron post-game report and close this game out. Carterville wins it 31-21 on the road at Murphysboro. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Okay. You said 32? Not as bad. Okay. (31-21) the final score. The Carterville Lions knock off the Murphysboro Red Devils on the road tonight. Again, next week is homecoming at Carterville. They'll be hosting the DuQuoin Indians. That's going to be a good game, but Carterville on a roll right now, Scott Hudson.
They've got a lot of momentum right now. You know, this game had some ebbs and flows, momentum swings, especially in the second half, but Carterville found a way to win the game, and that's another mark of a good team, finding a way to win a game when things start to go the opposite way. And I think this team showed they got a lot of resiliency tonight. And, I think big things lie ahead for this Carterville team starting next week at home against DuQuoin.
That's going to do it for us. We'll have our pregame show for you next Friday night about 6:40. You can join us then for that, for Carterville Lions football. For our producer engineer back at the studio, for my broadcast partner, the best in the business, Scott Hudson, I'm Dave McKenzie. We'll talk to you next Friday night. Your Carterville Lions knock off Murphysboro 31-21 on the road tonight. Have a great week, everybody. Please remember tomorrow, September 11th, and keep the Carterville Lions in your thoughts and prayers as they deal with the passing of Mr. Morse. It's something that's having a heavy impact on this Carterville Lions team. It's obvious to see. We appreciate you tuning in to Lions Sports and Lions football specifically here on News Radio WJPF. God bless. Thanks, Bub.
Thanks, Brian.